everyone, today is a tutorial on how to do jumps and some exercises to help your flexibility and strength for your jumps. Just a little on myself. I cheer for AZ Power. I'm on Senior 4, and I decided to do this video because jumps are hard, and I actually really have worked hard on my jumps and my technique and everything, so I just thought I would share that with you guys. If you're struggling or if you just want that extra, help in whatever. I also fractured my wrist or whatever, and so that's why I'm wearing this, just in case you're like, what is that? Okay, so we're gonna first start with some exercises, and then I'll go into the jumps. All right. So, an exercise to help you with your jumps is sit in a straddle, and make sure your toes are pointed. I know you can't really see my toes. Okay, my toes are pointed. And make sure your back is straight. If you saw me from the side, my back would be straight, because this doesn't help your flexibility at all, because you're just bending your back to go farther. So make sure your back is straight. Okay. All right. So to help with your toe touches, this is just going to help with your hip flexor strength and flexibility, and just kind of trains your legs to do that in the air when you're actually doing a toe touch. So 3 things you want to make sure is your back is straight, your legs are straight, and your toes are pointed. So you're just going to lift up with your hands on the ground. You're going to lift up your leg and just do circles to the outer part. And then same with the other leg. Just make sure both of your toes are pointed. And then you can also do both at the same time. Just making sure your hands are on the ground. Another one that you can do is for your hurdler. Put one knee on the ground. Put the other one straight out in front of you. And make sure your toe is pointed and your back as straight as you can, and just make sure your knee and your hip are in line, and you're just gonna lift up your leg. I know it's like hard because I hurt my wrist, so I'm gonna lean back a little bit. But you're just gonna lift up your leg, and if you can't lift it up that far, then just make sure you're not like stomping it. Okay, if you can only lift it up a little bit, just try to gently set it down. Okay. But make sure your fists are on the ground, and you're just lifting only your leg. Same, you can do the same for the other side, whatever. One for your pike is sit on the ground, toes pointed, back straight, and your hands are gonna touch flat on the ground, and you're just gonna lift up your legs to your chest. And you can hold it, or you can do like lifts, whatever you want to. Anyway, those are just some exercises and stuff. All right, and now for the actual jumps. I'll do a right hurdler, left hurdler, pike, and a toe touch. Okay, so a thing you want to remember for your hurdler is that you're kicking your legs straight forward, not to the side or to that side, So just make sure when you're kicking or when you jump, your leg is going straight in front of you. So you can actually practice that also by just standing here and just kicking your legs straight in front of you, just to remember. Okay. Sorry, my computer keeps like blocking out. All right. So if you don't know, to prep, let's clap 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'll do it again in case you don't know. So it's prep 1 with your elbows together. You're bent a little bit. 2 is straight out. 3, your hands are straight down and you're bent. And then when you jump, your hands are gonna go into like a circular motion. You're gonna kick straight. And that's pretty much it. And then just make sure your back leg is bent and not straight. So right hurdler should look like this. And notice how when I jumped, my leg went straight and it wasn't like, okay, because they should be nice into to the front. And then I guess I could do left, but it'll look the same. It's not as good as my right, just because, you know. Anyway, and then during the hurdler, your hands are straight above your head, and you're looking up. You never want to be looking down. It's only for the pike. Okay, and now for toe touch, you always, I don't want to kick my TV here. For toe touch, you always want to be making sure that your back is straight and your chest is up. Otherwise, you're going to be, it's like literally impossible to do toe touch when you're like bent forward. So, yeah, just make sure you're doing that. It's the same prep for 1, 2, and 3. So it's 1, 2, 3. Only your arms are going to go straight out to your side. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 3 things you need to remember is pointed toes, chest up, and your hands are in a T. Okay, try not to like flail your hands or your fingers, or don't be like, toe touch. Just try to keep a strong T as best as you can. Okay, so your toe touch should look like this. Toe touch. And notice that when I do it, my chest is up the entire time. It's just something you kind of need to practice. Just like when you prep and everything, like you just need to think about your chest being up. It's so much easier. And when you jump, your knees should be rolled to the back. If that makes sense to you guys. So like when I'm jumping, my legs aren't like, you know, like that. My knees are facing to the back. So, and that incorporates with doing those exercises and your knees roll to the back. So another one. All right. And now for a pike. I think pikes are my favorite just because, I don't know, they're like easy, I guess. So for the pike, same prep as everything else. It's the very same thing as a hurdler, only your head is going to be looking down. So instead of looking up, instead of being up like this, you're going to be like looking down because your body's going to like, you know, sandwich. So same prep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, whatever. Okay, so that looks like, oh, and then something to remember is, something you always need to remember in jumps is pointed toes and straight legs. So a pike would look like this. And make sure that your arms are swinging and you're not just like, you know, not just putting them straight out. Because the swing really helps, like when you connect jumps, if you're to do like a right hurdler, pike, toe touch, I'll do that. So to connect your jumps, it's 1, 2, 3, hit, and 5, hit, and 7, hit, clean. So that might kind of sound complicated if you don't really know jumps, but if you already know jumps, then it doesn't sound that bad. But yeah, it's pretty much just 1, 2, 3, jump, connect, jump, connect, jump, clean. And the thing you have to always do is make sure you're swinging your arms around. So they need to be just swinging in front of you. So I'll do a right hurdler, pike, toe touch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. That was hard because I was kind of like counting. Okay, so I'll do it again. It's really hard. All right. Anyway, that's my jump tutorial, and I hope it helped you guys. And I'm really sweating gross probably because I was like tanning and stuff earlier. But best of luck to you guys, and let me know if it helped, and I'll make more videos. Thanks.